Boo, 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 boo. What it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome to Let's Talk Sports Show. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch. You know what I mean? Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. About to get into the Super Bowl. You know what that means. You know, the highs and the lows, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then also we're going to get into some Unrivaled news, WNBA news, things like that. You know what I mean? But first, let's get everybody in the queue. See what everybody doing. You know what I mean? See what everybody got going on. You know what I mean? Let me see. See what everybody. Yeah. So we good. We good. So welcome to Let's Talk Sports Show. As you know by now, the Seattle Seahawks are the world champion. Seattle Seahawks are the champions of the world. Sam Darnold, the guy that was written off by so many people so many times, 5 different teams, was a backup for multiple years for the 49ers before he got the starting job at Minnesota, took them to a 14-3 record just to be sent to another team, Seattle, which seemed to be, sort of like Seattle was supposed to be in what we call a rebuild year, and then they're the Super Bowl champions. You know what I mean? Amazing how that worked. You know what I mean? It's amazing how that worked. Just like that, you go from, just a team that's looking to rebuild, a team that's hoping to be in the mix, to Super Bowl champion. So, as they say, man, what you need to know from this situation is, like, when people write you off, just don't write them back. Shout out to Sam Darnold. It's a true story. And this also is a case to show you that these so-called experts, some of us too, they be on these shows, don't always know what they're talking about, because I already know for a fact that the New England Patriots and Seattle Seahawks being in the Super Bowl wasn't on anybody's bingo card this year. But it just happened to be. So, shout out to, those organizations. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sam Darnold. But like I said, they wrote Sam off. He didn't write back. Also, DeMarcus Lawrence, we thought he was crazy when he said he left to go to Seattle to win the Super Bowl, and they went and done it. You know what I mean? So Seattle went on and did it. I mean, I know a lot of people are going at Drake May today, but he's a second-year quarterback, man. Drake May only a second-year quarterback in his second season. Give him the same grace you would give anybody else in their second year. No, he didn't look good yesterday, but again, he's only a second-year quarterback. You know what I mean? Second-year quarterback that got to the bowl. You know what you think, Vinny? Shout out. Seattle defense was crazy. Seattle defense was crazy. And also, look, hey, by way of announcements, you do know that, February 21st, back in the ring against Andy Hiroka, DMV zone, Gary Antoine Russell. And we'll get to that in a minute. Sam Darnold really not it, though, but I'll give him credit. What you mean? What you mean he not it? I look at it this way, right? Last year, a team went 14-3 with Sam Darnold. This year, they're not in the playoffs. Last year, Seattle wasn't in the playoffs. This year, they went 14-3 and won the bowl. He's the common denominator in both of these situations. You know what I'm saying? You got to give a man his credit. Bro, they could have put up way more points. Look, man, now New England got a good defense too. But you got to give it to Sam. The difference in the game was Drake May made turnovers. Sam Darnold didn't. It's that simple on the biggest stage. But Sam played smart all year. That man didn't have one turnover the whole playoffs. He just got tired. That happens. But at the end of the day, sometimes that's the difference between being a champion and being a great player with a bunch of stats and no ring. Sometimes you just got to understand what it's like, what you got to do to win the game. Sometimes they don't take you to. Sometimes you ain't got to throw for 300-400 yards, 300 or 400 yards. Sometimes you got to throw for 150 yards and don't turn the ball over. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between being a champion and not. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to play within the floor of the game. If you realize your defense is controlling the game, it's like both teams was playing the field position game in the first half. Okay, boom. They're not giving us that. We're just going to take this and kick and punt. We're just going to take that and punt. That's part of the game. But shout out to Sam Donald, man. You got to give Sam his love now. You know, Shady McCoy, you got to, I ain't even going to get on him because some of his takes, it's one thing when you make horrible boxing takes and horrible WNBA takes, but the sport you played, your takes is crazy, man. You gotta give Sam Donald his credit today. He's the Super Bowl champion. You know what I mean? In a gauntlet of a division. You know what I mean? The division he was in, the NFC West, the best division in the league, sent 3 teams to the playoffs, 3 teams with double-figure wins to the playoffs. Come on, bro. Come on, man. That man was in a division with 2 other teams with double-digit wins. You feel me? Gotta give Sam his credit, man. Give Sam Donald his credit. Sam Donald deserves all the spoils. He should be able to talk. And if they only got him on I don't know what kind of contract he got, but he should get paid. You know, even if he don't win another one. He got you there. He got you a chip. Y'all gonna have a parade in a couple of weeks because of him. Give Sam his credit. I forgot to go live on TikTok. Hold on. I gotta get my TikTok John going. Forgot to go live on the TikTok. But talk to me. What y'all think of the game? I know a lot of people said the game wasn't that exciting because, you know, defense. Defense don't sell tickets. It wins championships, but it don't sell tickets. Hey, Drake, any of y'all watching, do any of y'all watch WNBA or Unrivaled? Because even if you don't watch women's basketball, this one-on-one tournament that's about to happen, that's about to start on Wednesday, is going to break the internet. You know what I mean? It's going to break the internet. See what I'm saying? Trust me when I tell you. Remember, I told y'all first. See, a lot of these things, the hot takes or whatever people think is hot takes, they're going to hear it here first, and then y'all going to hear someone else be like, oh, but watch when I tell you. This one-on-one tournament for Unrivaled is going to break the internet. And if people say, well, one-on-one ain't, okay. One-on-one ain't this, one-on-one ain't that. That's fine. But I'm telling you, that this one-on-one tournament, this 1v1 tournament, gonna be bananas. It's gonna be bananas. Chief, what up? Hey, Chief, real talk. I'm gonna need a photo shoot soon, man. We got a lot of things in the pipeline this year for 2026. Over here, Let's Talk Sports. You know, so look, by way of announcement, this Friday at the DC Hip Hop History event, yours truly will be on the stage, you know, going up with my brother Joey Bless. We had a street anthem this summer called That's How It Is, you know, where a bunch of artists from the DMV came together. So it kind of spread it. So now they invited us to come do that performance, at the DC Hip Hop Honors. You know, I got a nice little song coming out with Black Gallagher. We shooting, you know, scenes for the video coming up soon. I can't really put that out there yet. And then also, you know, my man is back in the ring February 21st at the T-Mobile Arena. My man, Gary Antoine Russell, will be back in the ring. As y'all know, that's, you know, family. I'm, you know, and you know, I can't tell everything I do in the camp, but, you know, I kind of work with the camp type of stuff. So, yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff going on, man, in the pipeline. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I need a new, and I got a new, and I'm relaunching my clothing line. It was written. You know what I'm saying? Relaunching my clothing line, t-shirt line. It was written. So, Chief, yeah, man, let's do this. Now, yeah, Vinny, I didn't get to see the Nick Ball Figueroa fight, but I did kind of you know, I seen the clips of it. I seen that, you know, Figueroa got the knockout in the last round and all that, and he, you know, he's able to get another world title. I saw that. You know what I mean? And we're gonna do a boxing talks. We're gonna do all boxing talk probably tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll do an all boxing talk. You know what I mean? We'll do an all boxing talk for those boxing fans. But TikTok, for those, look, I'm telling y'all, if you're not a WNBA fan, not a women's boxing fan, or I mean women's basketball fan, you have got to see this one-on-one tournament that's starting in Unrivaled this Wednesday. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna break the internet. 1v1, where they got some of the best players in their league playing one-on-one. Woo! That's gonna be must-see TV. Must-see TV. I'm telling you now, get on it. I'm telling you, if you're not on it, get on it. But back to oh, speaking of NFL, matter of fact, this kind of ties together. Let me make sure. I'm gonna look it up so I can get the. Shushu said he won next. Shushu said he won who though? Who did Shushu say he won? Who y'all want for Shushu? Who y'all want for Shushu? The boxing fans want to talk. Who y'all want for Shushu? Talk to me. Who y'all want for Shushu? He looked good, but as they say, you know, after you win one fight, they're looking for your next opponent. So who y'all want for Shushu? You know what I mean? TikTok. See, I know y'all big on Unrivaled, and I know y'all big on WNBA. TikTok. Who y'all want to see in the WNBA tournament? I mean, in the Unrivaled tournament. Shoe World Order. Who do you want to see Shushu fight? Who do you want to see Shushu fight? Who y'all got in the 1v1 tournament? Um, who you talk to me? Who y'all want to see Shushu fight? Who y'all got in the 1v1 tournament? Abdullah Mason? You know what? I like that fight. He won Brandon. Figueroa? Woo! Woo! I mean, let me say this, man. That'd be a good fight. All of these are good fights. All of those are good fights. I definitely would look, boxing is in a funny place right now. Because of the thing that's going on with Turkey Al-Sheikh, the things that's going on with Jake Paul and all these other people throwing money and putting stuff in the pot, it should be a whole lot easier to get Patriots would have won if they had Brady. Okay. Patriots would have won if they had Brady. Shout out to Francis Scarborough Sr., man. What up? He said Turkey is a bad guy. He called out after the Nick Ball. He called out Brandon Figueroa. I don't care if he's 100, he's a GOAT. Yeah, I don't think Tom can make it out there right now. He can barely make it through a pizza commercial. Tank can't mess with Ryan Garcia. You really believe that? You really believe that? But Ryan, first of all, Ryan, shout out. Listen, we're on that Ryan Garcia card. We fighting Andy Hiroka. We on that Ryan Garcia card. So if y'all can make sure if you can't make it to Vegas, please tap in and show your love. He said Ryan was dehydrated. Well, first Ryan got to get past Mario Barrios. All right, so I'm gonna say this now. So we can coin it, and it's a receipt. If he is focused, Mario Barrios is going to beat Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna say this again. If he come in the ring focused, Mario Barrios is going to beat Ryan Garcia. I told y'all that first. You know what I'm saying? And all y'all that's tapping in, please, on TikTok, please continue to tap in. This is my last live I got to do before I'm allowed to invite guests. So now after this live on TikTok, I'll be able to invite guests. And I'm going to definitely start, we're going to start, y'all going to see us do a whole lot of interviews. You're going to see a whole lot of stuff, especially next week when I'm in Vegas for the Ryan Garcia card. Y'all going to see we got a lot of content coming your way, but I had to follow TikTok's rules. TikTok said I had to do 30-minute lives by myself before I can invite guests. So now after this one right here, I'm at y'all. I'm gonna give you everything you're looking for: WNBA interviews, boxing interviews, artists. You name it, it's here. Now, Barrios been your guy. I remember you said, you know what? You know what? Back then, you know what? I tell you what. After Mario Barrios get finished with Ryan Garcia, he's gonna beat Ryan. After he beat Ryan, let him and Devin get that on. Let him get that on. What do I think about Roach? I think Roach a good fighter. I think Roach a good fighter. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, DMV, I love y'all. You know how I feel about you. But after we finish Andy Hiroka, once we get finished with Andy Hiroka on the 21st, Lamont Roach, Shakur, all y'all, let's get it. Barrios is a disciplined fighter. I mean, Barrios is just a tough out. I know a lot of people want Ryan to win because they want to see Ryan and Devin again. They want to see, some of the bigger name fighters come together. But don't forget, y'all, Mario Barrios has been in the ring with Tank. Mario Barrios has been in the ring with Keith Thurman. Mario Barrios has been in the ring with Udonis Ugas. Mario Barrios ain't just anybody. So I don't know why they picked him to be his comeback fight, but this could go bad for Ryan. Just telling you, I'm going with Mario Barrios, but he got to be focused because he got focus issues too. Mario Barrios got focus issues too. You know what I'm saying? So if he come in there not focused, then I'm like, I ain't. But but I ain't want to bring up Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I ain't gonna bring up when you're fighting a 50-year-old. You know what I'm saying? He did fight Pac-Man, but that's a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. That's a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. I can't. But you seen what Ryan did to Haney. Yes, we did see what Ryan did to Haney, but the problem with that is everybody's saying that's because of the Osterring. You know what I mean? People are saying that's because of the Osterring, the reason what he did to Ryan. You know what I mean? What Ryan did to Dev. But he just lost to Rolly. Just lost to Rolly. You know what I mean? Lost to Rolly. He was making him look silly. He did. But what happened with Rolly? That's his last fight. What happened with Rolly? Talk to me. Like I said, he said, if Rolly can beat Ryan, Barrios can too. I agree. I mean, I would like to see Ryan win the fight just so we can get the Ryan Devin rematch. You know what I mean? That just so we can get that Ryan Devin rematch. I definitely want to see. Listen, I'm not advocating that saying that I want Mario Barrios to win. I just think Mario Barrios is a tough out for Ryan in his current situation. I don't know why you picked him. You picked him because you think he's somewhat on his way out, which could be true. But if Mario Barrios come in there semi-focused, it's gonna be a long night for Ryan. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a long night for Ryan, especially when you depending on a left hook. Especially when you depending on a left hook all night. And what happens when that left hook don't bam like you wanna, bam like you need a. I'm not taking nothing away from Ryan. I would like to see Ryan win just so we can get the Devin rematch. We need the Devin rematch desperately. You know what I mean? Just so we can settle whatever that was that went on. And if he was to go out there and, get a repeat performance of what he did, but Dev looked good in his last fight against Brian Norman. He needs a dance partner. You know what I mean? Shakur has made it clear that he will fight them guys up there, but they gotta let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because people since it done turned into a boxing conversation, let's talk about it. A lot of people giving them flack about the rehydration clause. But what he's saying is clearly these guys, if he bring them up to 147 and they come in on fight night weighing one like 170, he don't want that. I understand what he's saying. He's saying they can come in as big as 150 something, but he just don't want them to come in the ring 160, 170. I kind of understand. What's up with Earl? Okay, Earl Spence, I tell you what, a lot of people been talking about what's up with Earl. He's been in a couple videos. You see him in the gym and all that. I will get a better gauge on Earl when I see him next week. But to me, Earl, don't get mad at me when you see this. To me, I'd rather see Earl just go ahead and stay where he at. To me. I mean, coming off that massive loss, the damage from the loss, then you're talking about you are, what, a year or two out of the ring? Now you're dealing with ring rust. You're dealing with all kinds. I'd rather Earl just go ahead and stay where you at, my guy. Stay where you at, my guy. You know what I mean? It's bad enough. No disrespect to these guys. It don't seem like it wants. Nah, it looked like he's getting ready to make a comeback. It does. He's in the gym. He's working. He's working and he's sparring. So he's in the gym working and he's sparring. That generally is a good sign to say, or a dear sign to say that a return to the ring is soon. I would like to see him get a tune-up or two, just to see what he look like in the ring. But then at 154, I don't even know who a tune-up at 154. You know what I mean? 154 stacked, so I don't even know who's a tune-up. Virgil for him? No, he can't fight Virgil right now. Virgil need to fight one person and one person only, and that is Jaron Boots Ennis. That's it. That's the only person Virgil need to fight. Earl said he would never fight Thurman if Thurman win. Thurman not going to win. We ain't got to worry about that. Thurman not beat. Listen, man, you got to give that up. Thurman, listen. Keith Thurman is not going to beat Sebastian Fundora. That is not going to happen. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Keith Thurman is not going to beat Sebastian Fundora. And for those just tapping in on TikTok, like I said, this is my last live that I got to do before I'm allowed to invite guests. But also, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You know what I mean? For the actual podcast. You know what I mean? We're doing two different lives. So I'm interacting with all three of those platforms and you. But however, yeah, Boots needs to fight Virgil. Boots need to fight Virgil. There's no gray area. Boots and Virgil need to get that together. They need to get that together. Boots and Virgil we need to let that happen. But nah, we don't got to worry about Earl fighting Keith Thurman because he's not going to beat Sebastian Fundora. Love Keith, but But at least we know you will give him credit, give him his respect if he wins. Oh, definitely. If he beat Fundora, man, if he beats Sebastian Fundora, he back. He back. He one time, he whatever. Even if it go to distance, he find a way to win that fight. Yeah, he back and deserve credit, and he'll be right in the mix of everything in line for a big fight if he finds a way to beat Sebastian Fundora, which I doubt. You know what I'm saying? Which I doubt. You know what I mean? I just think that it's kind of, you know, you trying to, how can I put this? It's like you coming back after being inactive for the Lord tune up. Now you're going for a world title. I mean, if you pull it off, yeah, you right back in the mix. You right back as one of the top fighters in boxing and all of that. And I'll give you full credit for that. But then after that, like I said, it's a tall order. It's a tall order. Earl coming back right now is a tall order, and keep trying to get in there with Fundora right now is a tall order. A tall order. Got Wilder and Shashore about to happen. Hopefully, Wilder was, Wilder's fighting this fight in hope to get the fight with Usyk. And I think it's a good idea to do a fight before that because just to see if he even should be in the ring with Usyk. Because I had Usyk winning that fight by a highlight reel knockout. But let's see what he got. Let's see if he can look good against Shore. Let's see if he can put together one more, piece of, Bond's bomb of magic. And then we can have a reason to want him fighting. I hope Wilder win, but this is dangerous. I mean, if he loses to Dirk Shaw, and especially if he gets knocked out by Dirk Shaw, it's time to hang it up. It's time to hang it up. Go on about your business. You made your money. You made your mark. You see the fans still love him. He was out in New York for an award ceremony. Fans still running up to him. The fans still love you. Leave while the goodness good. He been getting slumped lately. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, eh, he made a lot of money. He became a star. And sometimes when you're a star, like I said, people still will come see him. People still cheer for him. People still run up to him and want to take pictures. If you lose this last fight, don't put your fans through no more. Walk away. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, walk away. So since this turned into a boxing show, like I said, we're still gonna do an all boxing show. And Shakur faking. Hold on, Shakur what? Shakur faking now that he won. I'm highly disappointed in T.O. You're highly disappointed in T.O. And how Shakur faking? What am I missing? If he win, he can fight Xander or Josh Kelly. I can't believe Fundora won a rehydration clause for Xander. They're in the same weight class. Let's get into this rehydration clause. Is it that do these fighters come in the ring overweight? I get what people saying, if you make weight, you make weight. But then again, you got these fighters that on fight night, they 20 pounds bigger than their opponent. Is that the case? You know what I mean? I can't see Fundora worrying about anything other than that because you see, he done fought some of the tougher dudes out there. Shakur calling out Connor, and Connor will dog. Well, no, he won't. He'll outbox Connor. He could outbox Connor. The intrigue of the fight is that Connor is dangerous and Connor, hit hard. But let's be honest, Connor is definitely somebody that he's not the most technically sound, most skilled person in the world. So that's what he's banking on. He's looking to outbox Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? He just want to show everybody that no matter how big, the tough and strong the person is, he can still outbox him. And that's what he's doing. And that's why he picked Conor. And that's why he won Conor. I'm not mad at that. It's a big money fight in the UK. People are going to pay to see it. People are going to want to pay to see their guy. And I'm for sure they would do it in the UK because you can fill up a hundred thousand arena. 100,000 fans. Them UK fans come out. They support their fighters no matter what, win or lose. You over the UK, they can lose. They can lose the fight, and their fans still love them as if they won. You know what I mean? So should Bud do that rematch? Bud not doing no rematch. Bud already said he's not coming back. Bud said he's done. Bud said he is done. Yes, sir. Bud said he is done. He's on the highway, the flyway, and he is not looking to do nothing else but, live his life. And I'm not mad at him for that at all. Talk to me though. TikTok, talk to me, y'all. But really, really trust me. For all y'all that's still tapping in, like I said, I know we talking boxing, but for real, please do this one solid for me. Check out it's thinking start Wednesday. Let me double check. Give y'all the right information. Let me give y'all the right information of this 1v1. It's a 1v1. I don't like saying 1v1, but it's a one-on-one tournament, a one-on-one tournament. You know what I mean? And it starts Wednesday. It starts Wednesday at 7 o'clock. A one-on-one tournament goes from Wednesday to Saturday. One-on-one tournament. Can't beat it, son. Can't beat it. Some of the best, and honestly, other than Caitlin Clark, Fee Collier, and Aja Wilson, every top player is in this tournament. You hear me? Mm-hmm. Every top player in the league, except for like Satu, she was in it last year. But Aja Wilson, Satu Sabali, Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier, they like the only ones that's not in this tournament. You know what I mean? But look at these matchups. You know, you got what up, man? What up, Flowers? Shout out to you, man. But like I told everybody on TikTok, one more time, I'm gonna keep saying this because y'all know it's my last time I had to do it. I had to do 3 lives before I'm allowed to invite guests. So now that I'm allowed to invite guests, we're gonna be doing a lot of lives. We're gonna be doing interviews, live inside the arena. What I can do, not y'all not gonna get me fired. But what I can give you inside the arena and the weigh-ins, you know, you know what I'm saying, some behind the scenes footage of some of the stuff that we into now. What I'm allowed to. I'm not gonna get me fired. But but like I said, if you're new to my page, check out my page. You'll see some of the stuff, us, got, at the press conferences, at the weigh-ins. You see, you know what I mean? Back over here. Now, what we talking? Football, basketball, WNBA. What y'all want to talk about? Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl champions. Shout out to Sam Donald. I cannot believe I'm saying it today, but shout out to Sam Donald. They wrote him off. He ain't right back. Super Bowl champion. You know what I mean? Shout out to DeMarcus Lawrence, former Cowboy. He said he was going to Seattle to win a chip, and he did it. Shout out to him for that. You know what I mean? Shout out to that guy for getting that chip. You know, and February 21st, February 21st, live at the T-Mobile Arena. Gary Antoine Russell versus Andy Hiroka. Also on that card, Richardson Hitchison. And also on that card is Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia live at the T-Mobile Arena, February 21st. And then the next day in women's boxing, DMV Zone, another DMV Zone, Franchon Cruz, HH Diva. She's in the ring with Clarissa Shields for the undisputed light heavyweight titles. So DMV, baby, this whole weekend next week is up. It's up. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man, Coach Ron. He was in the ring with Keyshawn Davis, and he was in the ring with Shakur. For those that don't know, he's a long time, he's part of the family. He's been on Let's Talk Sports here multiple times, so many times, with his analysis and breakdown. It was good to see him on the big screen with them guys last weekend. A lot of clips I see floating around. I see Coach in there with them. So shout out to my man, Coach Ron. Shout out to my man, Smoke With Me TV. Shout out to my man, Joe Prophet, Ace, Maniac. I see y'all out there getting all that great footage that was out there, man. So, sometimes, look, you got to, look, we're a family out here and support those. It ain't all about just, making sure your brand look good. Support the other brands, too. And like I said, by way of announcement, we got a lot of stuff going on in these next few weeks. We got the fight next week in Vegas. Africa bet not sleep. Robert Garcia got his fighter looking good. He ain't lost since he been with Robert. Okay. 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 I want him to win. I want him to win so we can get that fight next too. We definitely want Richardson Hitchison Africa in the ring. Definitely want that fight. We definitely want that fight. Without a shadow of doubt. See what I'm saying? But like I was saying, we got you'll see us at the Wizards games next week. Next week we got the fight in Vegas live at the T-Mobile Arena. This week we got the DC Hip Hop Honors going down. I will be posting that flyer on my sites. We got that coming up. We got some video shoots coming up. We got some stuff in the pipeline. Oh, we got a movie. We got a movie. Well, we just an extra in the movie. I don't got no lines. I'm just an extra. I'm just holding the Bible in my scene. You know, movie called God with Us, with the Jenkins brothers. Shout out to Jimmy Jenkins and his brother for letting us be extras in y'all movie. So yeah, we got some stuff. We in the kitchen cooking. We're in the kitchen cooking. And like I said, TikTok, we're gonna be doing a lot of lives. TikTok, we are here. I finally got my third live in. So any more questions, anybody? I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up out of here. You know, I don't want to keep y'all long. Oh, in other news, it was reported. I want to make sure I say the young man's name right. And I think this is a perfect ending point. The young man that was in a relationship with Rickea Jackson, don't have all of the information, but we do know that a collision happened on the highway with his car and her car. As they say, it wasn't an accident. He was purposely trying to hit her. She had been in a public relationship with an NFL player, and it unfortunately, Falcons. He played for the Atlanta Falcons. James Pierce Jr. He crashes the vehicle into one being driven by Rickea Jackson multiple times and struck a police officer with the vehicle while evading arrest. Man, oh man. So I'm gonna say this again, man. Kids, folks out there, please be careful out here. Don't throw away your whole life for one situation. Don't know the ins and outs. Don't know who's right or wrong in the situation. Clearly, he was in a moment of rage that very easily could have been deadly, and this situation has caused him to throw away his whole career. He just got drafted the year before. So, and just like that, his career is pretty much up in smoke. You know what I mean? Prayers going out to Rickea Jackson, and also prayers going out to that young man. Man, it's unfortunate to see what happened in that situation. Now, my man said, you don't know, you trolling. You don't know if Maya Moore is the GOAT anymore. What happened within the last year that will make Maya Moore not be the GOAT? And that's just my opinion. Some people may say Cynthia Cooper, but to me, Maya Moore is the GOAT. With my two eyes. Just when it comes to a lot of sports. I mean, I don't like to get into the debating the different areas, but when it comes to sports, listen, if somebody makes it to be your GOAT, they can be your GOAT. You know what I mean? They can be your GOAT. But I can only tell you what I saw with my eyes. Like if LeBron your GOAT, no problem. And for whatever reason you make him your GOAT, that's problem. But my two eyes, Mike was better than him. That's just me. Now, in terms of the totality of everything that come to being a public figure and being a straight up real dude and putting on for your family, putting on for your crew, putting on for everybody. Oh, LeBron is by far the example. You know what I mean? He is the example. So yeah, that part. You shorthanding your girl, you praising all last year. Who's my girl? Asia Wilson? You talking about Asia Wilson? Man, you gotta understand the difficulty for Asia and anybody that's trying to pass Maya Moore is the fact that Maya Moore only played 7 years. She only played 7. She ain't played 8. She ain't played 9. She ain't played 10. She played 7 seasons. That's it. 7. And in her 7 seasons, she went to the finals 5 times. Won the championship as a rookie. won 4 in 5 years. See what I'm saying? And only played 7 years. Imagine if Maya Moore, imagine the crazy thing about it is Maya Moore is only 35 now. He's 35 now. Imagine this. Like she could still. Do you realize Maya Moore could have played 8 more seasons? What would we be saying about Maya Moore if she played 8 more years? You know what I'm saying? She's her. Everybody know I love Asia Wilson. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. You're right. That go both ways though. That go both ways. You know what I'm saying? That go both ways. You know, Asia doing her thing, mine not in her way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. When did Maya Moore retire? Maya Moore retire. That's crazy. That's crazy. When did she retire though? Now look at this, man. Got drafted in 2002 in 2011, won a championship in 2011. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Nah, man. It's mine, man. She don't even know what it's like just to play regular, though. You know what I'm saying? And then at the height of her career, at the top of her career, just walk away from the game. Say, I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all can have it. That's crazy, bro. Yeah. Just walked away from the game. In her prime, at 28 years old, in her prime, she clearly would have got like at least another 3 more championships. She definitely would have got another 2 or 3 more championships. So, you know, you could have booked, she easily could have had like 6, 7. Yeah. Maya Moore is the Michael Jordan of women's basketball. Period. Period. Now, you want to claim somebody else to be whatever, that's fine. She is the Michael Jordan of women's basketball. Period. If Mike ain't your GOAT, that's fine. But she is the Michael Jordan of women's basketball. She was the GOAT. So what if Asia win again this year? Asia can win for the rest of her life. Asia can win for the rest of her life. That, like I said, the difficulty with her situation is Maya only played 7 years. That's not Asia's fault. But Asia already been in the league 8. So if I got 4 chips in 7 years, you got 3 chips in 8. The math ain't math. If you have not done so, please like and subscribe to the Let's Talk Sports Y'all Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. We will be back at y'all soon with a whole lot more content. I got to get up out of here, man. I got to take care of some things, man. But y'all be blessed, man. Look out for it. Like I said, we got a ton of content coming at you. I got a couple new businesses coming your way. We got some stuff to look out for, man. Be blessed.